Hey everyone, how you doing? IntoWeapons back again with you. Got a quick unboxing and overview video for you today on the Bulgarian Arsenal SLR-106FR rifle, which I had shipped into my FFL a couple days ago and was able to pick that up. This particular rifle is pretty cool. It's a little bit different of an AK-74 variant than you normally find. It is chambered in the 5.56 by 45 millimeter Nato caliber, otherwise commonly known to us as 223 or 5.56. It's more prevalent in the AR-15 style platform rifles that you will find on the market. So this is a real big rifle with AR-15 enthusiasts, as well as AK-47 and AK-74 collectors that need to have this particular caliber in their collection, such as myself. As many of you know, I have a Facebook page out there, and on that Facebook a couple weeks ago, I posted an article, and I can't remember who wrote the article, but they had mentioned that the Arsenal manufacturer was going to discontinue this series of rifles, and that is the reason I purchased it right away. Mainly because, one, it's going to be a collector's item if they don't ever produce them again, which, you know, they definitely could, or a distributor finds thousands of them laying around that they didn't realize they have, which has happened before on a series of rifles. So a couple reasons that I wanted to buy it was the collectability factor of it, and then also just having the 223 5.56 caliber AK in my collection. So those were a couple of the reasons that I wanted to purchase this particular rifle. It does run on kvar.com. They are available right now, and I want to say they're $1,099. I could be wrong, depends on the variant, but I know they're right around that area. I was able to get one on Gunbroker here for the Shooters Plus for $900. After taxes, shipping, FFL transfer fees, all that good stuff, it ran me about $998, so right under $1,000. So definitely shop around, see if you can find a a Gunbroker supplier or something that maybe can give you a little bit better deal than what KVAR or some of those other distributors are wanting to get out of this rifle. Out of the box, it was just a standard cardboard box, nothing really unusual, but obviously it has the rifle. We'll go over the rifle here shortly and some of the features. It does come with a detachable 5-round box magazine. It is Arsenal. It's got the Arsenal brand logo on there, and it's marked at 223 on there. And we'll just take a quick overview of the rifle here with the muzzle brake, the cleaning rod, all that good stuff. We'll go over to the other side here and go over that side here real quick for you guys. It's a real nice manufactured rifle. The only downside of the Arsenals is that they're known for having issues with the finish being removed if you use any kind of harsh cleaners on it. So that's one thing to be careful with when you're using this particular rifle or cleaning it, that you don't use any harsh cleaners. CLP is recommended. I've had no problem so far with my hops, but we'll keep an eye on it. I've only cleaned my Arsenal SLR-101S a couple times now, so I'm not really going to stick by that as being safe. I'm just telling you I haven't had any problems yet with it. But CLP has definitely been mentioned by many people as being okay. Also in the box, it came with a sling. Came with an oil bottle with the Arsenal logo on it. I think that's pretty standard for their rifles. Came with a cleaning kit, standard AK SKS type cleaning kit, which does actually go in the back of the buttstock here, much like an SKS, which is kind of cool. And then the Arsenal manual, which pretty again standard with this particular rifle and this manufacturer. I went ahead right away and bought a couple magazines. I assumed if the rifle was going to go out of manufacture, they're probably going to discontinue manufacturing these magazines. These are Bulgarian made, Circle 10 factory, waffle pattern 30 round mags. They are pretty expensive. I bought those directly from KVAR. I couldn't find really anyone else who had any better deals on them. With shipping and taxes and all that good stuff, it was $103, so right about $51, $52 a piece, which is obviously not very cheap for these, but these are really quality made magazines. Many people just buy these to use in their AK-47s, etc. Obviously different calibers, but they're very well known, very well built, and they're known for their quality and their craftsmanship. These are also marked the 5.56 by 45. So we got ourselves a couple 30 rounders already. We'll put one of those in. The one thing I'll tell you, everything is super tight on this gun, from the fit of all the parts to the fit and finish of this magazine. I mean, you can see here, there's literally no magazine wobble whatsoever. I can't hear nothing. I mean, it probably moves maybe a millimeter back and forth. That's it. So it's a very, very tight fit and finish on these guns. What else here? So I kind of gave you the overview of the box, kind of the reason I purchased it. I'll give you, I guess, a couple of the information on it, some of the specs. It is, again, the SLR-106FR. It's the 5.56 by 45 millimeter NATO caliber, otherwise known as the 223. It is all matching serial numbers. It is made in Bulgaria as a hunting configuration type rifle, and then remanufactured by Arsenal Company into a semi-automatic AK-101 style gun, which obviously comes into the country like this. It does meet 922R compliance. The U.S. made parts for this rifle that they have on here by Arsenal is the handguards, upper and lower, the pistol grip, which is on here, the buttstock assembly, everything here is all U.S. made, the trigger assembly, the fire control group, which is the trigger, hammer, and disconnector. So you got 6 total U.S. made parts on there. There are some other U.S. made parts that don't affect the 922R compliance, such as this. As many of you know, this has the left hand side folding buttstock here, which operates with this button over on the left hand side. Push that in, and that opens up this adapter here. And this adapter, I guess, is made in the United States. It's CNC'd here. It's kind of a proprietary configuration they use. Works very well. Opens that up, and then you're able to, it's got a, as you can see, a cutout on the buttstock here for the scope side rail mount here, which is really nice. So you can really get a nice, clean, crisp connection here with the proprietary, I guess, clasp they got here on the receiver, spring-loaded, and then a retaining clip here. As you can see, it kind of comes together, snaps, and it locks, which is really nice. And as you can see, again, it comes up right on that receiver. There's barely any space between there, so it really comes together nice. It's nice and tight. And then in order to release it, we'll have to go ahead and push this button here at the buttstock. Go ahead and pushes it back into the original position. So that's kind of nice. It also has all matching numbers, as I mentioned, a stamped receiver, which is 1 millimeter thick, original Bulgarian made. It does have the chrome line hammer forged barrel, which is super nice. Bayonet lug, accessory lug, which is very unusual to have both on there. I've never really seen that in any AKs that I've seen before, but that's pretty unusual. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a bayonet over this flash hider anyways, or this muzzle brake. It's a pretty large size diameter. I'll have to try that later on. It's got the 24 by 1.5 millimeter right hand threads with Bulgarian chrome line muzzle brake. Very nice muzzle brake. It's like I mentioned, it's chrome lined, which is a nice feature, and it's got the detent key here, which I can push in and twist it. It's not tack welded in place or anything like that, so removal of the brake is very, very easy. It's got a cleaning rod, as you saw. It has the accessory kit for the buttstock, as I showed. It has the mil-spec polymer furniture with stainless steel heat shield handguards, which it doesn't have a stainless steel handguard on the top handguard here, but it does have one on the bottom, and I'll try to remember to show that to you when we do a little bit of a disassembly here. It's got the left-hand side folding Warsaw pack length buttstock, as I kind of showed you already. It's got the US-made double-stage fire control group with a 4.5 pound take-up stage and a 7.5 pound brake, and I'll show you that here. If we can make sure it's clear again. Got that take-up, brake, still got a little bit of pull there. Overall, it's a pretty decent trigger. Probably end up doing some custom work on it just to make it a little bit more crisp and clean. It has the side scope rail mount, as you saw there. That's always a key feature on the rifles that I buy. I always make sure that it has one of these because any other type of scope mount really is pointless. The total length with compensator is about 36 and 7/8 inches. The folded length is about 27 3/8 inches. Its barrel length is 16 1/4 inch. It's got a 6-groove rifling twist rate of 1 7 inches. Weight without magazine is 7.3 pounds. The muzzle velocity, they say, is 2,985 feet per second. Effective range is about 550 yards. maximum range about 1,480 yards, rear sight range 800 meters, and their MSRP is $1,130. It does have the standard rear leaf aperture there, as you can see, and a standard sight there, which isn't fully globed out, but overall pretty nice. It's not canted. I don't see any cant in it whatsoever. It seems like it's true with the rifle, so that's good. And I noticed that the front weld, or the front pin here to drive this front sight through, is exactly dead even. And when I disassembled this rifle originally, I didn't see any powders or residues whatsoever, so I don't think this has been test fired, which means I'll probably have a hell of a time trying to scope this, or sight this thing in, which I guess Pete at the Armory channel had kind of the same issue with his SLR-101S. In fact, yeah, I think he had to go buy a special tool because he didn't have it to sight that in. And I'm pretty sure I have the tool for that, made by NC Star. I bought it a while back. So we'll go ahead and do a quick disassembly. As you can see there, I just took off the dust cover. We got the recoil spring. We got the bolt and carrier. And as you can see there, it's real clean. Like I said, I don't think it was been fired just because of the fact that it's just so darn clean. And there isn't really any wear marks whatsoever on this bolt carrier. Came pretty covered in a pretty hefty black shipping grease, I'm guessing, is what it is. But the only abnormal thing about this is that it's a little undersized for what a normal AK-47 is, and unfortunately it doesn't look like light's going to work for me there, but even the bolt face there you can see is a little bit smaller, and that's just to accommodate that .223 round. Then another thing just to kind of show you here, guys, is the trigger group, which again I'll end up probably doing a little bit of polishing on, and in fact it doesn't look like the lights are going to give you any kind of view on it. I'll probably end up doing a polishing job on that, just making everything real crisp and clean on it. We'll go ahead and take a look here at the handguards, and this comes off like any other AK-47. Pretty standard. Like I mentioned, the top handguard does not have a heat shield, as far as I see, but the rear one, or the bottom one, does. You can see the stainless steel plate in there that goes all the way around the barrel, between the barrel and the lower handguard, and that's real nice. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see down there, but inside the front gas block here, this is all chrome lined too as well in there. So they did a lot of chrome lining in here. It really is covered all the way through, up and down like I said, the muzzle brake, inside the front gas block here, the barrel, the chamber, the bore, everything is going to be able to hold up real nicely. And that's pretty much it, guys. I look forward to getting this gun out to the range and doing some test firing with it. Unfortunately, as all you know, the .223 5.56 ammo is hard to come by and very expensive, so I do have, I think, 400 or 500 rounds in my stockpile that I can dig into and pull a few out, but I won't be doing a whole lot of test firing, that's for sure. But I'll definitely include range videos soon here in the near future, as soon as I get some together. And that's about it. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, hopefully I can get some funds together and get the pistol version of this sometime here in the near future before it goes out of stock. But until next time, guys, appreciate you watching and take it easy.